Quick question. I don't want this to go on for very long. People can come ask me individual questions. I think, for once it's not 7:15, and that's just wonderful. There is pizza. There's not enough for every student to have an entire pizza. There's pizza, so just be calm, just take a few, and then come back later and see if there's more. I strongly encourage that. There's lots of places you just put your feet up and hang here. Leaving is hard because then when you try to come back in, people are trying to come back in to see the show. It's a little stressful to try to come back. But if you are in the show, don't come back. You need to be in this building by a half hour before. And again, no one should ever be in costume out here where you're giving it away. You know what I mean? One quick question from Mr. Brown. All of you on that upstage platform on his entrance, can you raise your hand? Who's up there? You guys have got to get out of his way. You have to stay on the very front of that platform during the last Tutti Frutti. He can't get out. You won't clear a space for him. And then can you just remind everybody else who's around you, if they're not forward, that clearing space for him is more important than doing any step or anything. He has to be able to get out there. Okay? Yes.
Also, can you announce it's backstage? They can't.
Do you want to give them?
Yeah. Hi, people. Thank you. Great job. And I really want to say it sounded great. I saw the back, and it looked great from the back as well. So you guys are going to be great. Well done. Although I do have a few notes. So there's that white big cloth back there. And a few people were walking behind the cloth, and if you're gonna walk by it, walk in front of it, and try not to touch it. It happens accidentally, so try to just keep that to a minimum. And do not leave your props or sweaters or backpacks inside the yellow zone right next to the fly rack, because I need to run up and down there. It's kind of tedious to constantly bring stuff back to the green room and then it just randomly shows up again. So yeah, no, I just want to wish you guys a great show. That's it.
I feel like these cool people, like they came off some spaceship from some other planet of responsibility and kind and where are they from? I don't know what it is. They're from Mars. Before these people leave, I would like to do Book of Love with the microphones, and I'd like to do Mr. Sandman with the microphones. Mr. Sandman, we can powwow if you think we need to put the pajamas back on, so you can try it in the pajamas with the right shoes. I don't think that'd be a waste of time. If it was me, I'd want to do it the way it actually is going to be in the thing. I know Mike wanted to talk about the usage of these microphones and where you hold them to your mouth and stuff like that.
All right, so just a couple things. They work best if you hold them straight. You guys see singers a lot on TV and stuff right out in front of you. If you hold it like this, obviously you can hear right now, it doesn't sound as good. I can turn it up from the back and make it so you're heard. But that's how you run into feedback problems and issues. So talk like this, you hear the presence come back. Don't hold it out here. Some people do that. I know the one guy on that one song is doing that, and it's awesome because you should only hold it out there if you're singing like 90 decibels, which he is. So if not, if you're singing normally, keep it close like this. You don't necessarily have to eat it, but keep it really close.
We're having a lot of balance issues sometimes when you're in quartets and stuff, because one girl will be going, lollipop, lollipop, the other girl's going, lollipop, lollipop.
Well, and then they move it too, and I'll adjust it and bring one up, and you guys will move it, and then that person's like this, really loud singing, and I'm like, okay, trying to bring it down. So just try and be consistent. There's a couple solos, one girl's flipping her hair a lot, which is good, I think it looks good, but try and flip your hair and then sing into the microphone. Just a lot of this guy moving around like this, and he's kind of moving like this, and you can only hear his voice a couple of words. That's how it sounds in the audience. I wanted you guys to hear it so I can demonstrate it. So when you're up on stage, you'll think of me up here doing stuff like this. And just try and keep it, it's cool to move around, you can move. But if you're singing, just keep it right in front of you. Thanks.
Thanks.
You guys are really awesome. Good show. And it's a great show, you guys are awesome.
Nancy or Gay, can I get Nancy and Gay and Sue Ellis to come out to the front?
That's not embarrassing, it's fun. You look so frightened. You don't have to look frightened.
No. It's just that I am just way too old and burned out, and I could never think of trying to do this without these three people. And I think it's a great thing for all of us in the school, and especially the fundraising. But I could not do it. The three of them were like, we have lives, leave me alone. I wouldn't even begin to try it. And so you all need to thank them really loudly. Do any of you have notes for the gang?
I do.
Whoever, I don't see anyone.
Can I see the magic changes before, when you leave just for 2 minutes to do some stuff? Oh, this is go like this, aren't I? Girls, whenever the whole girl choir is on stage, you're always pulling away from the judges' table. Fill out to the end of the risers. It looks so ugly.
It's like some weird gap all the time.
Yeah, and I know it's good you feel like there's the desk there, but don't ignore the desk. We need to see that filled in. So just be aware of that, all the girls.
That sounds better. You're trying to read.
Everyone, you started after you yelled on Annette's song, you know, she hits the note, you yell, and some of you started swaying. Do that. You were into it. It was fabulous. It lifted her whole number up. Do things like that. Throughout the whole thing. That was great. Also on We Go Together, you're all going, we go together, la, 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 and hang on here, but don't look at each other. We go together forever, you know. We go together, yeah, we do forever, on and now. You know, make us believe it. Like, it's really weird. So, and I think you just need that in the whole play. When you guys light up like those moments, you're fantastic. You need that through the whole play. You need to react to everything. What is our, you know, score? Where's that score? Yay! And off you go. You need to react to everything. You're just kind of locking in like zombies and locking out like zombies. So just be into the story, I think is just what I'm trying to say, because I know you can do that. Could I see also Stupid Cupid just to center it, because it's very uncomfortable when it's not centered. Lola, for those girls, you weren't splitting center. Remember, you have that drop to center yourselves on. It's really ugly when that happens. So just, you know, take the time to go on stage and do that. And those are my notes.
I never get to really meet very many people because I come in at the last minute, but it's a wonderful production. It's so much fun. Gay and I were sitting together and somebody was doing their solo and it was just so full of energy and just wonderful, over the top. And she nudged me and she said, you know, could we essentially give everybody a shot and get them to do the same thing? And that's it. If you can just perform your heart out. Paula, sitting at the judges' table, has absolutely zip to say. But, I mean, she has very few lines, but she's completely into the story. And sitting out in the audience, you guys, that works so well. And mommies and daddies and we will love it. So anyway, thank you very much for doing a wonderful job. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and it's such an important point. We rehearse this play in little teeny chunks, and then some of you never really get to watch enough to understand what, you know what I mean, what you're trying for in the scene. Every song wants to win so they can go back to Earth, so they can be reborn and have a top 40 revival. It's sort of a weird concept. Can you please not text while I'm talking to you? How many times do I have to say that? It's the rudest thing that people do, is they just start texting. No, I don't even know what I was saying. But anyway, Sue, did you want to say something?
Yeah, if you have a wardrobe malfunction or a hair emergency, there's things in the back on the table. Magic changes before you go on. We have double stick tape for your halos and bobby pins, okay? So I noticed that one came off, grabbed it. So whoever that was, that I have it, okay? Thanks.
All right, so we're gonna see, Magic Changes are gonna see you, Mr. Sandman's gonna see me, and Book of Love is gonna see me, and Stupid Cupid, and that's our work list.